What up, what up, what up, world? It's your boy AC. Welcome to the ACIMO channel. This is basically videos that are my opinion. So, everything you get in this channel is basically going to be how I feel about it. So, subscribe below and tune in. Yeah, let's get in to The Lion King. Now, I just really want to review this movie. Now, I have to start off by saying that I'm a huge fan of the original, and I really like Disney as a whole, as a company. However, I think that with this movie, there was too much realism. By the way, I'm going to try to keep this a spoiler-free review. I don't really want to, I am, nah, skip that. I'm going to say a little bit, but not too much. You feel me? So, where can I start with this? So, look, when I say realistic, I mean, when you look at the animals and they're making facial expressions, I think that some of the magic of the original Disney movie is that when you're watching it, you can see the facial expressions and it really makes you invested in every scene, right? Well, in this movie, because they leaned so far towards realism, you really don't get the same amount of expression that you got from the original. And I really think that it affected how great the movie could be because of that. In addition to that, some of the most iconic scenes from the original, like I Can't Wait to Be King, where it's like really colorful and the animals are doing really awkward poses and it's just really not realistic. Well, that's not there. And I think because that's not there, it really takes away from the essence of what it really could have been. You get what I'm saying? Now, I understand Disney probably was trying to make sure that, they leaned towards realism, especially with Jon Favreau directing. He was awesome on Jungle Book. And he wasn't bad on this movie either. I don't want it to come across like I'm saying that the movie is bad. It's not necessarily bad. It's just not what, as a fan, it's just not what I was expecting. Not what I was quite expecting. Also, another thing that kind of threw me off about it is Rafiki. Something that I really liked in the original was the fact that Rafiki had a stick and he had coconuts on the stick, right? And he would whack Simba over and over and over with the stick that had the coconuts. And it really drove the whole, mentor-mentee thing across really well in the original when they did that. Well, that's not there at all in this movie. So that right there was like, wow. But not to necessarily bash the movie, because there are some good parts of the movie. I think that overall, Seth Rogen did a really good job as Pumbaa. I think that the actor that did Zazu did an excellent job. Zazu was excellent. Childish Gambino, he wasn't bad at all either. I mean, some people were saying that he wasn't expressive enough, but I think it was fine. Really, my biggest gripe was how they visually leaned towards making it realistic when I really wanted to be more emotionally invested. Even with Mufasa in the clouds, like, it was just this like a quick show of thunder, and then like you kind of lightweight see him and then you kind of lightweight don't, but you hear him talking. It's like, I just didn't get the same emotion that I got in the original. Now, I know that when I originally seen the movie, I was a kid, right? Because of course you can tell that I'm a little older now, right? So when I originally seen it, I was a kid. So you got that factor, that nostalgia factor, where I'm kind of reaching and I'm kind of really looking for the original. But all in all, I think if they would have kind of just kept it a little closer to the original, it would have been pretty dope. Also, another big change for me personally, a lot of people were complaining about them singing another Disney song in this movie, and I don't really want to spoil that part, so I'm going to steer clear of that. That wasn't really a big deal for me. What was a big deal for me is the hyenas. Whoa. Disney, why? So basically, The really silly hyena that where his tongue is like sticking out of his mouth and he really doesn't say anything. He kind of just makes grunts and noises and he does like really dumb stuff. Ed, I believe his name is. He is there, but not there. Like they changed that character. You know, they made him like have dialogue and like say really. I don't want to. I think the word. I don't think stupid is the right word for it, so I don't want to use the word stupid. I feel like they made him say really airheaded things to try to convey what the original conveyed. When really all you had to do is make him just get on screen and start like the Tasmanian devil, and we would have been good. I'd have been entertained. Yes, I'd have been super entertained. Like I'd have been like, oh, Disney is on point. But we didn't get it. So with that being said, nah. All in all, in terms of what I give this movie, in general, just a general rating, because they took so many scenes and kind of tweaked them and altered them to make it kind of realistic. Don't get me started on Scar climbing up the mountain and there's no fire. But not in the end. I know everybody has seen the original. Not in the end. I'm talking about when he's singing. The Green Flames. So because they changed and they varied it so much from the original, like some of the essential pieces of the movie that I was looking for are not there, I'm going to say with this one, my score is going to be, I gotta say 7.5. I was emotionally invested because of what the movie was about, because you know it's Lion King, right? But I didn't get the magic of the original, and I was really looking forward to this movie. When it dropped, I was at Comic-Con, so I didn't really get to see it like right when it dropped. And I was like, man, I cannot wait to get to this theater and see this movie. Once I got there, I was like, that was a pretty good remake, but they took some important stuff out, you know? So we're gonna roll with a 7.5 on this one. So this is the review for The Lion King, directed by Jon Favreau. I believe he's the one that, I didn't look up no liner notes or anything like that, but I think he's the one that directed it. All in all, it is a movie that is worth seeing. I don't want you guys to say, oh, he said a 7.5, don't go see it. No, I do want you guys to go out and watch this movie, but just to let you know, my personal review, 7.5. All right, so you are on the ACIMO channel. Go ahead and subscribe below, and I'll be back with y'all with another video. Yay!